не начнет. So, hello. Today we're gonna have another P-38 practice. Let's check out our olive prep, skin, normal, without modification, weapon settings, and we're ready to go. Start. Okay, all set. The mission plan is gonna be the same. First I gonna do some taxiing, takeoff circuit and landing, and then probably Berlog or maybe CombatBox, combat practicing. Okay. RPM fall forward, mixture to outreach, climbing attitude settings of elevator and radar, technochat off, engine start and a little bit forward, throttles a little bit forward. Thanks God, SteelSkies server is available. Always a good weather without turbulence. Always long missions. Not so long, could be 6 or 7 hours, but 4 hours still very well. Lights on. Let's set up track IR. There's gonna be only a third practice session on P-38, so I'm gonna focus on a little bit on taxiing and climbing, straight and level, stabilized, transitioning into stabilized, wheels down, flaps down, attitude, descending, attitude, and approach straight overhead pattern itself without any wind, and final approach itself, and maybe some landings. Not too much. I ain't got no time today for that. Okay, fine. Both engines on. No malfunctions in this game. I don't need to check all instrument panel gauges. I don't know them. I'm not used to this great airplane, but one gauge I know. I'm not tired of repeating. I've got one gauge heading indicator which is showing malfunction. That wasn't actually malfunction, but undeveloped gauge. So unacceptable. All gauges are great. They should work like they work in real life. I mean, these two vertical lines as a heading director should be able, I should be able to rotate it on a desired heading. Without those director, this gauge isn't functional. So let's start taxiing. First it's gonna be grass surface taxiing. Much easier for me, not only much easier, playable. Unfortunately, concrete and asphalt and steel plates surface isn't playable without using brakes. I will use brakes. That's easy anytime, but I'm interested of evaluating my skills of no brakes, only differential power taxiing. P-38 is maybe the easiest, the most comfortable airplane on taxiing. The normal taxiing speed on gravel, on grassy surfaces is about not speed, but engine power required for normal taxiing speed is about 1300 RPM. This would be average engine power, and by applying differential powers, like right now, right differential power, I steer left, and when I apply left differential power, I stop steering left and start steering right. That's for S-turning technique, and even for straightforward taxiing, straight line taxiing, you need to use your differential power, and I need to adjust a little bit. That's 1200 RPM average, not enough. Let's make it 1200.6. I would say that's normal taxiing speed, very comfortable. Very comfortable on normal surface. I consider concrete or asphalt surfaces or steel plate surfaces gives you very small drag, rolling drag force resistance. It shouldn't be so small, so you need very low engine power. The engine power is so low, you're not able to use differential power properly. That's because of developers issue so they could probably make it right. Unfortunately, I'm not arguing, I'm not saying they should stop doing what they do and fix it, but nevertheless, as you can see right now, by applying my differential power, I maintain constant average differential power. That's absolutely fine, absolutely how it should be. But if my average power would be not 1300 rpm but 1000 rpm, that 1000 rpm is very close to minimum power. So there is an issue in this game which gonna cause increasing average power by applying differential power. So I'm absolutely comfortable with taxiing on gravel surfaces. Let's try high-speed taxiing and high-speed taxiing that would be necessary when you landed and you need to clear the runway. I use a high-speed taxiing power, which is normal speed taxiing power plus 15-20%. That's too much. This P-38 is a beast. And then I'm gonna try and do some 180s first without using brakes, and then with using brakes on being stationary. That's also the basic parts of your mission, which would be necessary for normal group operations. I know I don't fly in squad, only in group, but I like using techniques, procedures which are comfortable for group performance, for normal group operations. As you can see, I just turned 3/4 of a turn, so 270 degrees turn. So I should perform 180 degrees turn. I couldn't do that. I need to practice. But this gravel or grassy surface is the turf itself. It's very comfortable. The nose wheel behavior is, I'm not sure if it's simulated correctly, but I understand what developers mean when they give us such a complicated nose wheel behavior. I'm not arguing, but I'm really not sure that's right. Okay, another. And also you can use your radar. So you can steer with your radar because of aerodynamic surfaces work on this airplane, because your radar is right behind your prop, not like on Mosquito. Just like on P-40 or on any other one single engine airplane, your radar works, so you don't need differential power on high speed taxiing, or maybe on normal speed taxiing. Oh, well, normal speed taxiing aerodynamic influence is not enough, I would say. But on this high-speed taxiing, very comfortable. Yes, they were right. P-38 is the most simple, most comfortable airplane on taxiing, including high-speed taxiing, which I use for clearing the runway after landing part of a mission part. Very good airplane, very capable fighter. I'm sure it's a great bomber or great attacker airplane. I'm interested of hunting aerial targets with this Kabelschwanzteufel P-38. So I know I've got not very much time today, but I'm planning to do some combat, at least on Berloga and maybe on CombatBox, and maybe on Finish. Oh, perfect. That was 180 left turn without using brakes, without using radar surface, and only with differential power. That's great. I will use my brakes anytime, that's easy. I will use radar anytime, that's also easy. But knowing your airplane so good, so well, you can steer with differential power is the skill you're gonna want to use, because that's valuable part of your game for good gaming, for positive feeling, positive emotions, not only hunting, dogfighting. I know that sounds weird for many players, but those players watching their stats, poor devils. I do not watch my stats for maybe 14 years, 13 or 14 years now. I'm not interested. I know that's important for some of you who might watch it. I respect that. I do not say that's a bad thing. I would say that's much better not to bother with that pages. Okay, this is fine asphalt, very white asphalt, tarmac, taxi runway. I would say I'm comfortable with taxiing on asphalt with this airplane. Yesterday that was a pain. So God bless that airfield. the wide taxi runway, but as you can feel right now, I've touched the gravel with my left main wheel. That's why I'm not able to turn right even with differential power. And immediately she's accelerating. That's unplayable. That's what I'm talking about. Many of you could see that P-51 taxiing and then taking off YouTube video lately on, I would say, very old, maybe US airfield. You can see the gravel on sides of taxi runway and grass. It's actually higher than asphalt surface, and this game gives us situation when concrete plates and asphalt surface is higher than gravel sides of the taxiing runway. That's incorrect. And that should be, you see, that's what I've been talking about. When your average power, not 1300 RPM, but 9-1000 RPM, which is required for such a low rolling drag on asphalt surface. I'm not sure it's that was right. You're not able to do differential power without increasing your average power. So you can see those red levers, that's throttle. If you've got the similar throttles on your joystick, on your place when you're playing, you're gonna do, when you set them like this, for example, you give differential power, the average, as you can see, the average position of those levers is constant, is staying constant. That's easy for you. But when you got your average power close to minimum, you're not able to maintain that constant, because the game's gonna increase your constant, your average power value by itself. That's an issue. That's unplayable issue. But what can you do with those developers management? I played with them on the support stream. They play Wings of Liberty, stupid, idiotic 10-12 minutes missions. I'm not, I don't want to be toxic, but I'm not sure they understand the way we play on serious normal servers like Finnish, CombatBox or others on tactical air war. I'm not sure they understand this way of playing game. So how can you expect from that management, how can you expect such a great attention for details? For that differential power development, I would like to say thank you for some how you say it, engineer, programmers, coders, those guys who do that stuff for us. They are not management, they are regular staff developers. I like what they do, but probably they're not able to do anything they want. They got limited time. They are supervised by higher senior management. So that was I can see that chat messages. I'm sorry, I didn't report that. A lot of reports. They don't answer a lot of reports. And the main thing, there are a lot of very important things. This issue is only for me. No one plays that way. So that's another reason why I do not write anything on forum, and the main reason I've got no data, no any researchers, no calculations. I've got no evidences to say that's wrong. And even if they make decision to fix it, there are a lot of important things which is valuable for, which are important for many players. This issue is maybe only for me, because no one taxi without using brakes. And what I wanted to say, I feel, I like what developers do for us, but sometimes this case also it's incomplete. It has very sensible flaws, issues. It should be done better, like that heading indicator. And what I can say, that management makes a decision to give up the development process, not to waste time. No one gonna see it, no one's gonna use it. They say, we see it, we use it. But we note the way you treat us. We know that. So next I'm gonna try and do some taxiing to the end of that runway, and then probably I'm gonna do takeoff. I ain't got too much time. As you can see, when you this taxiing speed is quite low, 10.500 RPM engine power, and still I'm able to steer with my rudder surfaces. That's very easy and very convenient. I need to decrease power a little bit, not to accelerate, to not to be so very fast. So I'm comfortable with differential power on grassy surface, on gravel, and this concrete, steel plates and asphalt surface. I would use rudder steering. So P-38 is the most simple, the most convenient airplane on taxi. Well, 9.500 RPM isn't enough. No, enough. I can steer very well. That's because rudder surfaces is right behind props. You don't have such things on Mosquito. Probably I never use German airplanes. Probably on great Messerschmitt 110 is the same. I'm sure that's a great twin engine bomber, fighter, pursuit fighter and attacker airplane, but I'm sure they suffer with taxiing, or maybe not. Mosquito is very complicated. You're almost not able to, you're not able to taxi without using brakes. That's very tough. Okay, now I'm right on my readiness position. I'm gonna show you on map. I'm right over here. That's a readiness position. Next mission part is moving forward on start, and start is over there, right next to me. I need to move forward and turn exactly 90 degrees right, and do that without overturning, underturning, and without circling, and do that in 20-25 seconds, because that's gonna be very important for normal group operations. Okay, I'm gonna wait until 0 seconds and increase our power more than 1500 RPM. What was that? That was, I don't know this P-38. I blocked my wheels probably. Yes. And she's gonna steer well without differential power. No, not without. I was forced to. Okay, not quite good, but still next gonna be takeoff. I wait for 0 seconds and moving throttle forward in 5 seconds to maximum. So this movement shouldn't be very fast. should be standard and gentle for engine reliability. Okay, RPM down to 74%. Power down to 26. She's not stabilized. I remember that's 175 miles per hour indicated stabilized climbing attitude. My power is too much. I need 27, I think. Yes, 27 inches. She's more or less stabilized right now, but I need it to be I need it to be fine. Okay, 27 maybe not enough. I'm increasing to 28. Let's wait and see if that vertical speed indicator gauge is gonna be stationary. Yes, it is stationary. That's one. No, not stationary. So I think power is not enough. 28 inches. I will climb more than 1600 feet already. 3000. To practice that stabilized climbing attitude settings. I've got standard elevator trim 50% settings and I need to pick up the right airspeed, so I need to pick up the right amount of engine power. Twenty-nine inches. My heading isn't okay. Yes, as you can see, when I increased to 29, that vertical speed indicator is deflecting less. So this setting set is closer to stabilized. So I'm gonna proceed with that climbing next round, and then now I'm gonna do transition into straight and level stabilized. Minus 10% elevator trim, RPM down to 55. She is pitching nose down. When she's gonna pitch nose up, I'm gonna decrease elevator trim 5% more. minus 5% more. Minus 5% more. So my trajectory is gonna be smooth. Minus 5% more. And minus 5% more. Technochat off, I don't need it anymore. And she's gonna pitch nose up. Once again I'm gonna throttle back to 21.5 inches. That's gonna be my stabilized straight and level attitude. Very comfortable for route flying, for formation flying. Rather trim left a little bit, no aileron trim on this beast. Just manifold pressure 22.2, something like that. As you can see, vertical speed gauge is almost 0, but it's moving a little bit. So stabilized straight and level I'm not interested right now. I'm quite sure I'm gonna be okay with it, with that. The next step, I'm gonna turn left probably. No, I'm gonna do transition into wheels down, flaps down, descending attitude. As you can see, she's more or less stabilized, more or less straight and level horizontal flight. So the transition into stabilized wheels down, nose down attitude. My procedure, I'm gonna operate much faster than I could explain that. So first I'm gonna down wheels, decrease power almost to minimum, increase RPM to maximum, pull my stick or that wheel not to let her lose altitude. I'm gonna watch my vertical speed, it should be 0. So my P-38 is gonna lose airspeed, and when airspeed is 150-140 miles per hour indicated, I'm gonna extract flaps 50%, just half of full flaps, and pitch nose down. And let's wait and see what's gonna happen. Okay, technochat on, wheels down, power minimum, RPM to maximum, pull up, elevator trim almost to maximum, 90%, not letting her lose altitude, wait until airspeed is 140 miles per hour, and release flaps 50%. As you can see now, stabilized descending Probably my power settings wasn't okay. There's those mighty planes like P-51, P-38, Mosquito. They got very weird descending final approach settings. I'm not used to it. Probably Mosquito doesn't extract flaps, full flaps. That's mandatory on Mosquito, and on P-38 you shouldn't extract full flaps or they gonna jam. So stabilized descending with wheels down, flaps down, airspeed is quite high on P-38, just like on P-51. So I use 50% flaps and quite high airspeed. Try and turn left, not to get ourselves too far from our airfield. I ain't got no much time. She's turning okay. Her vertical speed is about 1000 feet per minute. And the main thing is airspeed indicated is just the same like on my climbing attitude. So I shouldn't wait for my airspeed be so low, 150 miles per hour indicated. That's gonna be my descending final approach attitude. Okay, I need to remember how to make transition into climbing settings. Okay. Gonna wait until 300 feet, then wheels up, throttle a little bit forward, throttles a little bit forward. Okay, wheels up, flaps up, throttles a little bit forward. I don't need throttles forward. this airplane is very, very interesting. So I need to adjust my transition from descending into climbing procedure. Because I've got the same airspeed for climbing. That's very interesting. Well, on 30 inches she's stabilized. My climbing stabilized airspeed indicated is less than descending. So that's interesting. But there's of course I can adjust elevator trim settings. Okay. Then next to transition into straight and level stabilized attitude. Minus 10% elevator trim, RPM down to 55. She's pitching nose down. She's very stable. She starts pitching nose up, minus 5% more, even minus 10% more. She's accelerating, pitching nose up, minus 10% more. Technochat off, I don't need it anymore. Throttle back to 22.5 over 22 inches. Now she's more or less stabilized. Heading is fine, 330. Side slip indicator wouldn't be in the center because I've got now aileron trims, so I use very little side slip angle to compensate banking tendency. Well, that's, I would say, satisfactory for only third attempt. Good. Stabilized straight and level, and next I'm gonna perform transition into stabilized wheels down, flaps down attitude. Technochat on. So the main thing, I don't want to lose too much speed. Okay, Technochat on, wheels down, throttle back and forward a little bit, RPM 4, full, elevator trim to 90%. She's already accelerating. So my P-40 procedure doesn't work here. I need to be this procedure should be different. Now I'm picking up the right engine power to see my vertical indicator gauge stationary. 25.5, probably too much, not enough. Yes, too much. Let's make it. That's more or less comfortable, quite shallow final approach, glide path, very shallow, but 24.3.4 is engine power required for stabilized wheels down, flaps down, descending. Fine, I'm okay. That's gonna be my standard final approach settings. And rudder trim is gonna be 19, 18, 19, 18. Perfect, I like it. And the next step, I gonna perform a transition into climbing, but I need to maintain my airspeed. How can I do that? So, technochat on, wheels up, flaps up, throttle a little bit forward, rudder elevator trim down to 50, RPM down to 74. Airspeed is too much. Throttle back, and throttle forward. 27. She's stabilized. The airspeed is a key for stabilized flight attitude. When you've got airspeed, you're gonna have that attitude, because you will adjust your trim settings, you will adjust RPM and power settings, you're gonna pull up to get your nose higher or push to lower your nose. But airspeed, you're gonna need some time to decrease or increase your airspeed. So airspeed is a key. When you've got sufficient airspeed, you've got stabilized attitude. I like it. I'm stabilized, I'm climbing. Okay, transition into straighten level. Technochat on, minus 10%. RPM down to 55. That's 21 plus 2100 RPM. She's pitching nose down. Once she starts pitch nose up, minus 10% more. And minus 10% more, and technochat off, I don't need it anymore. When she starts pitching nose up once again, I full throttle back, and that's gonna be my stabilized straightened level settings. My trajectory, my profile would be very, very smooth, which is convenient for route flying, even when you're single airplane, and very, very important for formation flying. Very comfortable for your wing and for your second or third wing leader. When you've got spread formation, you need to have spread formation to watch your, I don't know how to say it in English, we call it dead cone in Russian. The area which you're not able to see behind your airplane. The most dangerous area, the most desirable area when you're trying to shut down enemy fighter plane. You should be invisible on his 6 and a little bit lower than him. So your spread formation allows you to watch your second or third wing 6 to have awareness of enemy fighter attacking. Okay, turning left, I will not increase my power. I'm gonna lose some altitude because I even gonna decrease power because my altitude is too much. Let's descend. When you decrease in power and controlling your airspeed, you can descend and maintain the same airspeed to have stabilized attitude after that maneuver. That's very important also for formation flying, to change formation, and for low level flying with landscape details. I've lost too much airspeed. I was indiscreet. So now increase power and pull up a little bit to gain some altitude. Okay, we got enough. Level up. Airspeed is insufficient. Throttle forward a little bit, accelerate, and now stabilized. 240 heading isn't okay, I need to turn left a little bit. That's okay, 240. Where I am, I need to see that linked Tinkhurst, and that's gonna be my approach straight. I'm somewhere over here. But I don't know exactly where I am. I need to find the Tinkhurst very well. Weather is fine, no turbulence. I can see that Lyndhurst down, and now I need to pick up the right timing for left 90 degrees turn, and I'm gonna get myself right on my landing, right on my airfield. Landing strip's gonna be on my 12 o'clock. I think it's time. I'm a little bit late on, so I didn't pick the right timing. That's a small error. I should avoid that errors. You're gonna see why. Probably not an error. Yeah, not an error. I'm not. I don't want to have my landing strip on my 12 o'clock. It should be. I should be to the right of that landing strip. Normal overhead brake pattern initial point. So I would say I'm absolutely fine. So I wasn't too late on my left 90 degree turn initial point timing. As you can see, my altitude is 2000 feet. That's too much. I need 1900 feet, but nevertheless, let's say that would be okay. I will not adjust it. For some reason she's not stabilized, she's climbing. You can see landing strip just to the left of my 12. All fine. 150 heading. P-38 she's very stabilized, very comfortable in good weather without turbulence. I can see the landing strip edge, and when that edge is gonna touch my leading edge of my left wing, that's gonna be overhead brake pattern initial point. I'm gonna start turning left. That's for picking up standard initial point. When you got standard initial point location, when you've got standard overhead brake pattern layout, or form and shape and form, you're gonna have the standard landing final approach pass initial point. So that's very convenient for your good landing. But this airplane I'm not familiar with, and I need to find that overhead brake pattern settings for good landings. So I need to practice final approach, that wheels down, flaps down, stabilized descending attitude. I need to practice transition into that attitude from straight and level stabilized flight. And I need to find opposite heading shifting. How much I gonna shift straight forward. I'm leveling up on opposite heading and fly straight and level for 20 seconds. Maybe that wouldn't be enough, maybe I need more, but let's try 20 seconds. And when I gonna, after I complete standard transition into wheels down, flaps down, descending configuration settings, I will complete standard approach, glide path. Then I'm gonna see whether I'm too close or I'm overshooting or undershooting. Okay, taking chart on, 240 heading, wheels down, throttle back, RPM forward, throttle forward. And flaps, release flaps and nose down. Oh, that's my mistake. I need to bank left harder. But what can I say? I'm okay. I'm not undershooting or overshooting. That's almost perfect approach. I had insufficient power settings. This airplane is quite cut the throttle, flaps full, and let's make landing attempt. Well, I think enough for today. Your training you're not able to complete your training in one day or on 1 month. That's a very long process. I'm gonna taxi to the parking place and then I'm gonna go to CombatBox probably or finish server and do some combat mission. maybe Berloga. 1000 RPM average engine power, and I'm comfortable with taxiing speed. I do not use differential power. I steer with rudder surfaces. Taxiing speed is very comfortable, very safe. But sometimes I need to decrease power. She's accelerating. I'm not able to set, I able to set 900 RPM, I need 900.6 probably. So a little bit more, a little bit less, 900.7. 970 RPM is engine power required for comfortable, safe taxiing speed. Very comfortable taxiing on P-38. So great airplane. I will be able to taxi any surface like this. And once again I'm gonna repeat, that's only because your rudder surfaces on this twin engine airplane, rudder surface is located right behind the props. So you've got aerodynamic force which helps steering without brakes, without differential power. Very convenient. This as you can see, you can control, you can see everything on your 12 o'clock. You don't need to do S-turning taxiing. But even those S-turns I will be able to do with my rudder surfaces if I need that. For example, I'm gonna have some dirty patches on surface or some areas which I want to avoid, so I'm gonna steer with my rudder. Great physics of taxiing in this combat simulator, realistic with some issues, but still that's not boring part of your game at all. So that was a very short training mission, and next I'm gonna practice some combat. Let's wait and see. I'm gonna park my P-38 on the same position I spawned earlier. Sharp turning isn't available with those rudder. and when you've got low power settings, differential power gives you increasing of average power, unfortunately. I think that's okay for now, and also you can use brakes on a low speed or being stationary. Okay, engine's off. And let's go see what's on finish or CombatBox. Finish has got 9 players and 3.5 hours left. Great. CombatBox has got 2 players. So, CombatBox has got very comfortable turbulence, uncomfortable on finish, but finish has got very long missions. And I'm not able to connect CombatBox. Okay. Oh, I've got SRS connected. No one on combat on finish. CombatBox isn't available. Let's watch what's wrong. So, what should I do? Wings of Liberty isn't my choice. So let's go Berloga. Sunday, very inconvenient date for me to stay late. I can afford myself 3 hours of flying, but not 5. If CombatBox doesn't work, oh, maybe they've changed the map. Let's try once again. Yes, CombatBox is available. I think this dynamic campaign on CombatBox would be the most populated server.
The unsecured neutral lobby.
And I've switched to the CombatBox server, but I'm not used. That's the first time I use SRS. I can bet I'm gonna have some problems with that. So I've got first audio channel in my left ear. Okay, let's pick up our level is good, probably not. What airfield I should choose? Let's try. Oh, let's reconnect. Something wrong with CombatBox. Something's wrong.
Unhappy server.
You are in the neutral lobby. Spawn an aircraft to join coalition secured channels.
Oh, great. That SRS. Let's try once again. What's wrong with CombatBox? I'm sorry for that delay. Yes, they've restarted the server. It should be available right now. I can see it on the site page. No, it's not available. I'm gonna try to connect Berlog and then exit and try that CombatBox. No. No combat box.
Welcome to CombatBox. You are in the unsecured neutral lobby.
Thank you. Something is wrong with the server. Stat page shows server is up 2 minutes for now. Oh yeah, server is up. Let's try connecting. Oh. No, P-38 on la ville. Petit Valley. Kayazerville is gonna be my choice. Set olive drop. Weapons. No modifications. And start. RPM to maximum, auto reach mixture, in climbing settings of my elevator trim and rudder trim, technochat off, engine start, throttle a little bit forward. I'm the only one player. Oh, fine. Maybe I should go to Berloga. I think they're gonna join soon. Anyway, almost 2 hours of practice is gonna be good for me. Now I'm watching north, that means I'm right over here. gonna practice some taxiing to the western part of airfield, and I'm gonna use taxi runways. Those are steel plates with very low drag, rolling drag characteristics. Gonna need to use brakes. From time to time, maybe. I'm touching the gravel with my left wheel. As you can see, this taxi runway is too narrow for P-38. I'm touching the gravel all the time, and we got some wind, so I'm not able to taxi straight. This sharp turn I will not be able to execute with my differential power, only with using brakes. You can see I've applied a little bit right differential power to compensate that wind shifting. Oh, that's unplayable. Now I've got the wind from my back and I can steer with ruddy surfaces. So that's comfortable, that's good. And The taxiing speed is okay. Very beautiful, very nice airfields on this server. I'm sorry, I was checking my SRS. No one should hear what I'm talking about. I'm not used to that. SRS. Look at this. How do you like this? We had Gabelschwanz-Teufel. That's a Gabelschwanz-Teufel. Well, beautiful airfield, beautiful environment, great. Oh, as you can see, German side isn't populated at all, so maybe for streaming purposes I should disconnect and go to Berloga. Oh no, that's already 4 of them. This map is huge. I really don't want to hunt for nobody. What should I do? I think that was a good taxiing practice, and that's it for me. Probably on CombatBox I'll switch to Berloga. Berloga would be much more useful and eventful streaming. I should visit that CombatBox later. It's early, very early hours in US and even in Western Europe. Even in Russia, that's quite early for some, not for me.
Welcome to CombatBox. You are in the unsecured neutral lobby.
Yes, thank you. And SRS out. Let's have some practice on Berloga, and on Berloga we got 2 enemies already. That's positive. They're gonna train me how to survive dogfighting. I'm not good at it. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 3. 3 of them. Of course I can say I like P-51B. I never tried P-47 in this game. In old Il-2 Forgotten Battles, P-47 was one of my favorite. Its thrust to weight ratio, very powerful fighter that was unusual for enemy on German fighter to have such a capable counterpart. Those yaks, P-40, P-39, they can outclimb us, they can run away from us. They're not able to outdive P-40 or P-39, but still outclimb. And these P-38, P-51 great fighter planes, which allows you to outclimb, outmaneuver, outdive. Great American build fighter. I've got someone on my 6. I bet this is... No, that's not friendly. That's enemy. Very... Very well, that's... I thought that Focke-Wulf 190. I'm not sure. He's got airspeed advantage, energy, but my P-38 is mighty. He's waiting me to climb for him. Oh, he's good. He's good. That's what I'm talking about. I should perform that evasive maneuver that a little bit better, but that's practicing. I have a habit from P-40 not to apply a big amount of angle of attack, because that's vital on P-40. To maintain your energy. This beast is quite different, so I should maneuver a little bit harder. That's an enemy. Once again, that's 109. Grace. I would like to do some dogfighting one-on-one with him, but they will not give us such a privilege. They will interfere in our dogfighting. He knows, he can outclimb me because of my blackouting. I've got another one. I should maintain airspeed for not to overheat my engines. That's great. Dogfighting 1 against 2. That's great practice. Not the best, I would say. Maybe that's AI almost. And this guy, he's got me. No, that's AI probably. Human would kill me already. I like it, I love it. This 1 against 2 dogfighting is very good training. And my gunner is bad, that's why they're gonna kill me. Was a hit, disengage, wait for another one, apply evasive maneuver. Where is another one? Here he is. He was so polite not to. Not to interfere. That's great. Very rare for me on Berloda to have opportunity to dogfight 1 against 2. That's a great game for me. Even on P-40 against 109 and this mighty beast P-38 is beautiful. She allows me everything. I can do everything with those German fighter planes. Without flaps, without overheating my engine. Nevertheless, I should look at my 6 and cool down my engines a little bit. So RPM down, throttle back. That was a good fight, much better than CombatBox. Aerial targets chasing. This guy is urgent, he's not bailing out. That was a hit, and I got somebody on my tail. That was a kill, and let's watch our temperatures. Is it okay? Not too high. Need to watch your. As you can see, I do not use Technochat. I can use it. That's much better not to use it, but on some some parts of a mission. For example, transition from one attitude, stabilized attitude to another. I just need to know my trim settings, elevator trim settings at least. So that's why I like servers with Technichat on. I can switch it off anytime. That was AI probably. Human player would kill me. I had no enough speed. That's another enemy probably. On my 6. No. I need to climb. So for those of you who might watch it, I'm gonna spend some time on the logger, probably about an hour, and that's gonna be it for me today. I didn't plan long stream. Airspeed is okay. I need to pull up to climb. And you can see the whole bunch of aerial targets. Some of the enemy, some of the friendly. That's an enemy. He is alone. He's not working with anybody, not engaging. That's good for me. Let's dance with you. That was a slightest hit. That was 10 out of 10 situation for me. I didn't. Very bad gunnery. I need to practice. That was a nice hit, but how long? I could do that much quicker, much faster, and I didn't see that grade 109 on my tail. I was lucky. And another one. That's another 109, and I've got damages. Let's try to survive. I'm surviving yet. Where is he? I'm surviving. Is it? Yes, it's him. It's him, I'm surviving, good. That P-38 is mighty. I don't like those low airspeed. I like it, but my engines won't like it. They will overheat. And that guy is good. But maybe I'm good too, but my P-38 is much better than 109. Where is he? He is on my 12. Nothing you're gonna do to help yourself. I've got damages. Something's wrong. What's wrong? My tail's got damages. Help us with the trim a little bit, and I'm blacking out. I'm blacking out immediately. He knows that. He knows that P-38 is turning so well. Pilot's gonna black out. Mighty. Such a I use this dive to let my engines cool down a little bit. I decrease RPM and manifold pressure, and once again increase RPM to maximum, manifold pressure to maximum. There's another guy. That's what I'm talking about. I don't like to interfere into others dogfighting. Those guys, they chasing kills, counting, collecting kills. So they not necessarily very good players. Some of them good, some of them much better than me. I'm not saying all of them, but many of them not able to do well. But they still collecting kills, interfering into others, dogfighting, not learning anything. Okay, got 5 enemy. That's great. Oh, this P-38's got great rear view, and still I wasn't able to see that guy. That's unacceptable. I need to practice and practice and practice. I was lucky not to be shot. Even without flaps, full power, I'm turning just like 109.
This guy, maybe he's not the best 109 pilot. I can outturn him. Look, garbage one Stoffel, mighty. She's mighty. That was the eye probably. That was the eye. Of course, with the eye you can afford that yourself. Okay, enough for him. Disengage and watch our six for another enemy. That AI is urgent. No, probably maybe he's not an AI. I've got no. He lost some part of his wing. That was damages. He increased angle of attack and lost. Probably win immediately. Beautiful physics. And I've got someone on my 6. I was able to see him. If we would be one-on-one, I would be sure I would shoot him down. That's 109 also. Great. I can stealth fight on my P-38. Stealth fight is good for me also. Somebody's interfering. No, he is better than me in stealth fight. Not he, but 109 is good. With a real experienced, real strong player, that stealth fight is bad. I should avoid it, but on combat servers they usually heavy, and when we both heavy, I can stealth fight with 109. I can stealth fight. Okay. Look at him. This P-38. I do almost nothing. She's great. I do not sweat at all. It's so easy. If I would be in P-40 on Lock 3, that would be very, very, very difficult. Oh, now he's gonna get me. I've made some mistake probably. Oh, maybe not. My vertical maneuvering is mighty, but I think I'm overheating my engines. I need to go up. He needs to turn. I'm gonna overheat my engines. No, that guy is okay. He's not the best, but very good, I would say. Probably he's got engine problems also. I was ready for that. He wasn't lucky, and now my turn. I'm gonna shoot you. Oh, he's not happy. He's scared already. That's psychological advantage on my side, but not gunnery, not good gunnery. He's good, you can see that. Somebody's interfering. That was a shot. That was a hit. And and I was lucky. I was lucky not to be shut down by that good 109 player. And we got another one. How convenient. And this is 190 or 109 also. 109 has got chances, 190 got 0 chances. Oh, I've damaged my engine. I wasn't discreet. I didn't watch my temperatures. I don't know my temperatures. That's too easy. Gunnery is the key. Good gunnery is the key. You should kill fast. Then you're gonna survive. But to have a good gunnery, you need to practice. Very few hours. Of flying each week, 6-7 hours maximum. That's not good. That's another reason why I switched. I didn't give up P-40, but I will next week probably, if historical air training is gonna be available. I will do combat on P-40, but I need some combat practice to stay focused, to stay sharp. I didn't see him. That's my mistake. I have damages. Easy kill. I don't do that. I never do that. I don't need easy kills here. I need hard, sweating gaming on Verloga to practice, to train, to find out something new. Those guys who better than myself, they're gonna help me to learn something. Is it friendly or enemy? That's Spitfire. So, no easy kills. Spitfire with somebody on his tail. I'm engaging just to attract attention of possible other enemies, because you can search for enemy contact for minutes and then engage with somebody. Those they gonna appear on your 6 immediately. How they able to do that? That's amazing, but that works. And I've got another one. 2 of them. They don't like one-on-one dogfighting. That's good for me, for my practicing. That's probably I. Watch 6. Watch my counterpart. My opponent decided to crash. If I would have damages and they would kill me 2 against 1, he would never ever crash. But when 1-on-1 he crashed, he collided with that lake surface. That's sick. That's funny almost. RPM down to 2500 RPM. Throttle back to 35-40 inches. I've got already 260 miles per hour. That's enough, I think. And he's engaging. No? Does he see me? Yes. He should see me. No, that's AI. Watch our 6. Pick up a target. That 109, he's not doing anything. I'm gonna try to shoot him down. They've got someone on my tail. Is it friendly? That's friendly. But performing evasive maneuver, I've lost the sight of my enemy. Is he? RPM down, throttle back. Let's let our engine go down a little bit. For some reason they ignoring me. They want that cluster dogfighting area. Great rear view. Great view of your 6. I wonder if P-38 was made the next US Army Air Force standard fighter plane after P-40. That's a Spitfire. That's another Spitfire. What are those enemies? as you can see, I'm searching and searching for enemy contacts for minutes. Should I engage somebody, they're gonna appear on my 6 immediately. Oh, that's probably an enemy. Yes. Thank you for your cooperation. Let's dance. Gunnery. Workouting. You for your cooperation. This guy the same. 109. Okay. And once I gonna shoot him down, that friendly. Let me, I know that's against the rule. So hungry for your collecting kills. Routine. Do not interfere in one-on-one dogfighting with your bleeping Spitfire. No respect for you who play Spitfire. That's a UFO. Learn nothing, know nothing, no skills. This guy, what's wrong with him? I will not open fire. Let's cool down the engines. Let him recover. And attack once again to try and see what my P-38 allows me to do. Of course, this Verloga server gives you only 30% of your fuel. I disagree with that. You should be able to set more, not less than 30%, but more, because more fuel is disadvantage in some cases, but in some cases that's gonna be advantage. And anyway, that's a little bit different airplane behavior. So, when you practice, you should be able to practice in your conditions suitable for you. Oh, that was good hit. Oh, that was another enemy on my 6. I saw him and I survived. Survived his attack, survived that blackout, and mighty P-38 is gonna help me to shoot him down. Not like P-40. My thrust to weight ratio is very good. Climbing is wild. But this guy is good. I was lucky not to be hit. Maybe he was shot down. And there's another enemy, probably no? Yes. 109. I'm not watching my 6 at all, that's not good. I should watch. Okay, they dogfighting, I will not interfere. Some guy interfered. I didn't see him. I should watch my 6. That's my mistake. That was my mistake. They were so polite not to shoot me down. Those German fighters, they outnumbered by us. That's not good. Temperatures probably too much. Where is my watch my 6, I've got damages already. Let's pick up this guy.
good. And I've got some 109 enthusiast. Thank you. Mighty P-38, mighty. My only problem is blacking out. Even overheating engine isn't such a problem. Mighty, just mighty. No chances. Against P-38, only sudden attack, sneaky attack. So that once again I should do evasive maneuvering harder, applying more angle of attack, pulling my wheel more. This guy is mine, do not and I'm blacking out. I see him, I didn't lost the view. He is good. He lost his energy. Let's recover. I survived. No. That wasn't a collision, probably. So, I think this is it. Enough. That was a good takeoff circuit and landing practice, and unfortunately no combat box. Oh, combat box is populated for now, but that's gonna be too late for me. Nevertheless, nice Perloga practicing, and that's it for today. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Goodbye. See you next.